The family of an 18-year-old student killed in a school explosion says a guilty plea and fine won't make up for their son's death. The Ottawa Catholic School Board was fined $275,000 after pleading guilty to a violation in the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Eric Leighton was killed in shop class at Mother Teresa High School in May of 2011. Leighton's father says while he's pleased the board pled guilty, he wants to see rule changes in the classroom.
There's going to be an inquest. And with an inquest, we'll get more answers. From what I was told, I don't know a lot about how the inquest goes, but people have to answer for their things. Right now, I feel $275,000, is like a pocket change in the big scheme of things. It's not a real big fine. My liability on this house is $2 million. So $275,000, really not much.
Leighton was cutting into a steel barrel with a hand grinder when the barrel exploded. The Ministry of Labour said his class was making barbecues out of barrels that had been improperly cleaned with a flammable cleaner. Construction workers will be on the job 6 days a week along Bronson Avenue. The city says construction hours on Bronson will be extended to include Saturdays between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. The $130 million project is replacing water and sewer pipes and rebuilding the roadway. There will be no rock drilling on the weekend. The recent rainfall has not doused the drought conditions across the Rideau River watershed. The Rideau Valley Conservation Authority says water levels are still at level 2 drought. Residents who get their water from the Rideau River are being asked to continue reducing water consumption by 20%. The Conservation Authority says there's no significant rain in the forecast over the next 2 weeks, which will continue to reduce water levels along the Rideau River. And mosquitoes in Ottawa and Gatineau are infected with the West Nile virus. 3 weeks after the mosquito-borne virus was detected in Ottawa, it was found in the mosquito population in Gatineau. Public health officials say people need to take precautions to avoid mosquito bites. You're urged to wear mosquito repellent containing DEET and remove standing water from pails or barrels around your house. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has issued a recall for some pre-cut vegetables because they may be contaminated with Listeria bacteria. The recall affects Pure Flavor Brands freshly cut grillers and premium medley, asparagus blend, rustic blend, and steak topper trays. The expiration dates range from August 11th through August 26th. There have been no reported illnesses so far. Norway's chief of police has quit following criticism of the police response to a bomb and gun attack. In a statement, the chief said he stepped down because he felt he no longer had the backing of the Norwegian government. The resignation came days after a report concluded police could have stopped the gunman during the attack that killed 77 people last July. Anders Behring Breivik set off a bomb in Oslo and went on a shooting rampage at a youth summer camp. The United Nations is wrapping up its military observer mission in Syria. Despite an escalation of violence in the war-torn country, the UN Security Council voted to end its operations. About 300 unarmed observers had been sent to Syria to monitor a ceasefire that never took effect. Instead, the UN will open a small new liaison office of military advisors and political and human rights experts that will support any future efforts in the country. And finally, a young boy is okay after his head became stuck in a stone balcony in southern China. The boy was playing with friends when he poked his head in a hole and got stuck. Firefighters had to cut through the stone in order to free the boy. The crying child appeared uninjured and was immediately handed over to his grandmother.